and are trying to flee. Lucifer will not be pleased.
Let him come. If these demons can die in the Inferno, then so can he.
2010's Dante's Inferno, an animated epic, which is based on the EA video game Dante's Inferno.
Poet, I beg you, give me strength. I will deliver her from this fate, whatever the cost.
Which in itself is loosely based on the first part of Italian writer Dante Alighieri's 14th century epic poem Divine Comedy, where our hero Dante must travel through the 9 circles of hell to battle demons, creatures, monsters, and even Lucifer himself to save his beloved Beatrice. The structure of the movie reflects the video game. A boss fight awaits Dante on most of the circles.
Take me to Beatrice, demon!
However, unlike the game, the movie's depiction of each circle has different animation styles. Some I like, some not so much. This could be seen as off-putting to some. However, the excellent Graham McTavish as Dante holds the narrative together.
Are you not Virgil, glory of the poets? He who wrote the Aeneid, the treasure of Rome?
And he is ably supported by Peter Jessup as Virgil.
I lived under Augustus in the time of the false and lying gods.
Vanessa Branch as Beatrice.
Fear not for me, my love. I told him you would be true to me.
Mark Hamill as Dante's father.
Her heart gave out from the fever. She was just too fragile.
And Steve Blum as Lucifer.
So, your prayers are worthless here.
The movie begins with Dante returning from the Third Crusade, 1189 to 1192, and on entering his house finds the murdered remains of his servants, his father, and eventually a mortally wounded Beatrice, who dies in his arms. However, before she can ascend to heaven, Lucifer steals it, and an outraged Dante gives chase.
Dante, help me!
At the gates of hell, Dante accepts an offer of help from Virgil, a dead Roman poet, who had offered to guide Dante through the 9 circles of hell.
I must save Beatrice, even if it means my death.
I will guide you, but you must put aside all division of spirit.
And they board Charon, a living demonic ferry that takes souls to the first circle of hell.
Fire the cold and the everlasting darkness. Abandon hope, all ye who enter here.
However, no living being is allowed to use this service, and Charon commands demons to attack Dante. Who fights them off, kills Charon, and steers its corpse into the first circle of hell, Limbo. Each of the circles lay Dante's sins bare, as well as discovering the repercussions of sin. So in Limbo he discovers Beatrice miscarried their child, and he's attacked by demon children. Before entering a boss fight with King Minos, whose task it is to send condemned souls to their sins' corresponding circle of hell. In the second circle, Lucifer torments Beatrice and Dante over his unfaithfulness.
How could you do that? To me, to us.
In the third, Gluttony, Dante discovers that people who have lived their lives in gluttony are devoured by Cerberus, the great hound of hell. To proceed to the next circle, Dante follows Virgil's instructions and allows Cerberus to swallow him whole. and destroys the hound's heart to escape into the fourth circle. Greed, where Dante confronts and kills his father.
You want gold, father? It's yours!
A violent and greedy man in life.
Are you stealing from me, woman?
No, Alighiero, I would never do such a thing.
Who had been promised by Lucifer that if he murdered his own son, he would have all the gold he craved, and 1,000 years free of torture. The fifth circle, anger.
The very air reeks of fury. Watch your ankles.
The damned are tortured by their anger in life.
The angry souls know no end to their fury.
Who are you that comes here before your time?
And in the city of Dis, Lucifer announces to the city's damned souls that he is to marry Beatrice. The sixth circle, heretics, who burn in eternal flames.
Here in the sixth circle, you will find endless heretics burning in eternal fire.
Dante kills Farinata.
That I am Farinata. Farinata, another hated man in life.
And in the seventh circle, violence, where souls are condemned for committing violence upon themselves. Dante discovers the petrified remains of his mother in the forest of suicides, and discovers that his mother had been driven to suicide by his father's cruel treatment.
I despised your father's cruelty, but I was too weak to defy him. And so, I took my...
And she tells her son,
Heed my words. You must look into your deepest sin to save her.
before Dante releases her soul to heaven. And then, soon after, he fights Francesco, a close comrade, condemned by committing acts of violence in the name of God, defeats him, and at this point in his journey, he fools himself into believing that his behaviour that condemned his friend had nothing to do with him. To stop Beatrice from marrying Lucifer, Dante enters the 8th circle, fraud.
Are in the circle of fraud, which one commits upon those who trust in him.
And it is there where finally he begins to reflect upon his own fraudulent behaviour, and he sees the repercussions of his earlier sin of lust.
Release that one. His ransom has been paid.
The husband of the wife bedded,
You bastard! You'll see everyone you ever loved dead by my hand! Dead!
revenged himself upon Dante's father, the servants, and his beloved Beatrice, which drives her into the loving arms of Lucifer, and she transforms into a demon.
The true innocent has given way to the sins of man,
attacking Dante in the process, forcing him to look into the 9th circle of hell, treachery, where he sees his own treachery, allowing Beatrice's brother to take the blame for his crimes, the slaughtering of the Muslim prisoners. Overwhelmed with grief, Dante presents Beatrice with her cross that he had promised to return after the Crusades, breaking Lucifer's hold over her. And she forgives him. In order for them to be together, Dante must escape hell through the last circle, treachery, where he must fight Lucifer.
I fell, not into fire, but into a vast, frozen wasteland.
Dante kills Lucifer.
I have
slain you, great beast. Victory is mine.
However, in doing so, unwittingly frees him from his frozen prison. Dante fights Lucifer once again. However, this time he is too powerful, and Dante begs for divine forgiveness.
Mighty God, forgive me for all of my wicked sins. I forsake my escape. I give up even Beatrice. I belong here in hell and accept my just damnation.
Resulting in an explosive beam of light from Dante. Entombing Lucifer once more. And having defeated Lucifer, Dante dives into a chasm that leads to purgatory to be with his beloved Beatrice. This movie is a bit of a guilty pleasure, as is another companion animated movie, Dead Space Downfall. Both of them are gathering dust at the end of my DVD shelf and mainly forgotten, until I'm reminded of their existence through gaming. That said, Dante's Inferno, an animated epic, is a solid movie. Great cast, but above all, entertaining enough to warrant its existence. If you like the content, please subscribe. Hit the like button and notification bell for new content.
I forgive you.
I never wanted any harm to come to you.